So welcome everyone. I am Chef Jessica. For those of you who don't know me, I am one of the tutors here at Escoffier. We have Chef Stephanie here as well with us. She's going to be kind of manning that chat some. So if you have questions, comments, feel free to throw them in there. I'm pretty laid back in the sense that if you do have questions or if whatever I'm saying doesn't make sense, feel free to stop me and ask because I'm sure somebody else probably has the same question. Um, Today we are going to be going over the Escoffier dashboard. And so that dashboard, we also went over last week, but we did it from our mobile or from our desktop laptop. So if you're on your desktop laptop and you're looking at that version, that's last week's. And actually before I do this, I am going to show you real quick desktop laptop version. For those who don't know, let me out. Just want to show you real fast. The rest I am going to be doing from mobile today, but I do want to just point everyone to our tutor page. You can find it on your class page in the Start Here section. This is how you book a one-on-one session with us. That is always in your time zone. You do not have to do time zone math there, which is really nice. These are the weekly workshops. We are in new student success, but the rest are here. All of the Zoom links to join those workshops as well are here. And this is where you'll find those recordings, which is my whole point of taking you over here. So if you click on the new student success one, that's the one we're in right now. This was last week's session, and that was basically going over the Escoffier dashboard on your desktop laptop. So if that is kind of your go-to device, that would be great to watch if you have not already seen it. If you have, cool. If not, and you want to know the mobile version, that's today. So today I'm going to be showing you everything from my phone. I haven't joined the meeting on my phone. Bear with me. I'm doing that. There I am. Okay. Sorry, I totally need to figure this. Okay.
Chef Jess, do you want to make me co-host?
Yeah, let me do that real quick. Good call, Stephanie. Thanks for mentioning that. So anyway, here we go, going forward. It's going to keep that going. It's going to drive. Okay, so you can hear me now. Can you guys hear me twice right now? Christian, you can? I know it's bothering.
I
can't. Okay. Give me 1 second. How about now? Awesome. Okay, so here we go. It always takes me a second to figure this out because I'm like sharing my phone with you guys, but I'm also talking on my laptop. So it's like a whole technology thing for me. But anyway, so jumping over to the dashboard. So your dashboard app you should have on your phone if you don't already. We will jump in there. This is Chef Rachel's student account. So this is not my name. Don't worry about that. Your class page, you have your dashboard, your site home. I never really go to this, but it's there. Your My Courses. Let's see. These are all, again, this was Chef Rachel's class schedule. So those are all the courses she was in. But your dashboard, this is your main page. This is where you will find your class. Once you click on our tutor page, it will always be up here as well on your home screen. And just kind of navigating through, you can click on this microphone magnifying glass and type in different things that you're looking for, different, I don't know, whatever you want to do, you can look in there. The 3 dots are always magic, but not so much in this sense. So I like this in progress one. If you haven't messed with this yet, you can also click on like past. So right now, most of you, if not all of you, are only in one class, so you won't have anything in your past other than maybe orientation. But as you go farther in the program, you'll be able to see where all your old classes are if you need to refer back to them. Kind of going along the line on the bottom of my screen, we are on the home page, so that's your home dashboard. If you click on this calendar, gets you to the calendar. This calendar will tell you when things are due, when your live Zoom sessions are. I encourage you, I said this last week, I'm going to say this every week. Use a calendar. I don't care which one. This one's great because it's part of your dashboard. Google Calendar is cool too. We use Google Drive a lot. The one on your phone, I like old school personally planners. Like I seriously have it sitting next to me. So whatever you do, have a calendar. I don't care which one, write things down, have a schedule, make a plan. Do you always have to follow your plan? No. I swear I write a plan just to not follow it half the time. But at least I know what I'm supposed to be doing and when. So it's kind of like an outline, a guideline. I encourage you to do that for your class and scheduling your stuff. So you don't wait till Monday night to be making your assignment or Tuesday to be doing everything. Make a plan, go grocery shopping on Wednesday. Make a schedule to maybe do the kitchen stuff Thursday. Maybe you do your readings and your knowledge checks on Friday. Whatever it is, I know we all have busy lives. We all have numerous things probably going on. So just work around it. You have to go to work, if you have kids, if you have, other obligations. So try to plan your schoolwork in advance. Even I like a week at a time. If I try to do more than a week at a time, I get way too kind of like, I don't know, flustered. So that's what I really like to do, or at least maybe a week and a half. But anyway, that's a whole different tangent of time management tips.
The phone bill is due tomorrow. I can get it.
Anyway, so looking at it, this is just the calendar function. If you hit this little plus sign in the bottom corner, this is how you can, again, just making events and planning your schedule. So whether you use Escoffier's or your own, use something. Going to the right, this little bubble you see at the bottom in the middle, this is messages. So this is how you can private message your chef. Gosh, what's one of your chef's name? Who's own? I know she's a chef. You should be able to just look up people, click on your chef in your class, which I will show you in a second. And you can message them on here. Should have maybe put her whole name. But anyway, that's how you would send messages. What's that button? That's editing messages. This is how you find your notification preference for when you get messages, if you want them on or not. No, hold on. Oh, shoot, I knew I was the wrong button. Sorry. I'm going to do that probably more than like 3 times. Somebody keep track. I promise you. All right, here it is. Alrighty. Back to that dashboard app. So anyway, just kind of moving on, showing you some different stuff. The little bell, these notifications, you'll get notifications when you turn in an assignment, when you get an assignment graded. All those things will be in here. I have nothing, but yours should say something. This is also your master homepage. So if you click on your name up here, that is how you can edit your profile, either your picture. So this is Chef Rachel's picture. If I click on it, I can basically edit it here, do camera roll, message, details. This is where you can update your description, who you are, or what you want to say about yourself, or whether your classmates or your chef instructors to read. Because a lot of us do read them. I mean, being part of the tutor team, we're looking at accounts and stuff. And if I have a session with you, I'm not always. It depends on my day, to be honest with you, but I have read some of them. Just gives us some background of your life and what's going on with you. So those are cool. Let's jump back to that class page. So I'm going to jump into CU 101. This is just a tutoring demo. So yours will look a little different than this, but the setup is essentially the same. If you're in the pastry side, again, same kind of concept. The only real difference is kind of what you're making. And you have a production note instead of narrative. It's the exact same concept though, just a different form we have you filling out. So whether you're on one side or the other, just know this is kind of relevant for everyone. So in your sections, and this is what's cool about, well, you can do it on the laptop version, but this very top where you see all sections with a little folder, If you click on that, you can jump ship. So you can go to a specific week and it'll take you right there to week 5. So as you kind of go further in the class, that's one way to jump around without having to scroll and scroll and scroll through everything. So that's a great way to do it. Start here section. It says it really, really tiny in the very top. That is your start here section. So that has everything. And I honestly, I didn't say this at the beginning. Everything in your class page, whether you're on your phone or your desktop, your chef would not put it there if they didn't want you to click on it. I promise you. There would not be these resources here if they didn't want you to look at them. So I encourage you to click everything, literally everything. Worst case, you can just hit the back button if you go too far and you don't know what you did or what you clicked. But that is one way to kind of get familiar with the dashboard, with your class page, with the setup of it all. It's just by clicking all the stuff. And there's some resources and tools on here that are really awesome and helpful. Again, they wouldn't put them up on your class page if they didn't want you to click into them. So as obvious as that sounds, click everything. Your syllabus starting off, the syllabus is like the most important thing. To give you too much background, my first go around at college, I didn't know what a syllabus was for like 3 months until I was like, oh, when's this due? And somebody was like, it's in the syllabus. And I literally was like, what is that? And I had not a clue this thing existed. And that is why that was my first college and not my last college. Because it did not work out well. But this thing basically tells you, granted, it's really tiny. You can zoom in on a phone. This is like literally everything you need to know about your class. Everything they expect of you, everything that they want, your grades, your grade breakdown, how much each is worth, your expectations. Yeah, your minimum hours. I mean, it's not your assignments by any means, but this tells you everything that you're going to be doing over this course. So you definitely want to get familiar with this. And like, it's good to know like this part right here. It's good to know that if you're really bad at discussion forums and you just can't figure those out, it's only 15% of your grade. It's still a big part of your grade, don't worry. It is important, but it's good to know where your breakdown is. Like your lab assignments is the bulk of your grade. If you're not doing your labs or not getting those points, you're probably not going to pass the class. You won't pass the class without those. So just know syllabus super important as you go out throughout the entire program. There's the button again. I can't go back without it going away. Let's try it again. There it goes. Okay, so back in this class, syllabus, your professional cooking, that is your textbook, the entire thing. Do you need to read the entire thing? No. Can you? Yes. As the weeks go on, they break down what you're supposed to be reading and what sections. Something to note, and I'm not going to click on it because it's over 1,000 pages and I have a feeling that's going to take forever to load. But something to note about that is I believe it's edition 9 for this one. You can buy the cookbook. You don't have to. I know some people, I'm one of these people, I like hard brick copies of things. And so if you do want to buy it, you can. You don't have to buy the version 9. You can buy any version. Usually the lower versions are cheaper. I want to point out if you are doing that though, just know your pages and your chapters aren't going to line up appropriately. So if it says read pages, I don't know, 252 to 257, that might not be the same in the textbook you bought if you're buying a different edition. The information is relatively the same in the sense like, I mean, how you make a bechamel sauce has not changed in like 200 years. So it's going to be the same in the textbooks, but just know that the pages and the actual chapters or page numbers might not line up appropriately. So it's okay if you buy one that's not the same version of earlier edition, but edition 9 is the one you guys are using in this class, or at least CU 101. culinary side. Again, you don't have to buy it. I just know somebody's always thinking like, well, can I buy this? So I'm answering that person who hasn't asked that question yet. I like it though, and that's a really good cookbook. That's a really good just professional cookbook if you're looking for like just to master one of all the principles in one place. It's a good one. I have it. Online tutoring. I am going to click on there because that is us. This is how you find the tutor team. If you click on this blue button, it'll take you to a page where you can book an appointment with us. Those are one-on-one appointments. Those are fantastic. This calendar is our weekly workshop. It's very tiny. Magnifying glass. Ooh, that's really big. Okay. They're really small or really big. There's no in between. Your phone might be different. I'm on an Apple if you guys haven't noticed that. So if you're on an Android, it might look a little different, but the app itself is set up the same. So these are our workshops, like I was pointing out on the desktop, all the Zoom links to join those. You don't have to be invited to join either. I should note that. If you're really curious about baker's math, but you're just not there yet, you can still join. I mean, all of these are open to anyone. If you want to know more about costing, even if you're not in costing yet, you can join and learn about costing. Price your menu. A lot of these, essay writing, entrepreneurship, a lot of them are targeted to specific classes, but anyone can join them at any time. So don't worry about being invited by any means to any of these. These are all great. We also record them all. That's in the archives. So you'll be able to go into these, click on them, and view those YouTube videos. So if you miss anything that you want to see, oh, we have to load more. Okay. They're all here. The extra resources, these are fantastic as well. The first one, your digital flashcards, that will take you to our Quizlet section. And those are actual flashcards. I wonder if it takes me to the app. It does. Technology is so cool. So there's a Quizlet app too. Download it. It's great. This is our account on here. But these are like math, costing. There's some essay writing, I believe, writing ones. These are great. So encourage you to go to that for sure. Natural readers at the bottom. That is super cool as well. That's an extension that you can download and it reads the text to you. So whether you are dyslexic or comprehension, or maybe you're just a more auditory learner, I know there's a few students I've talked to that really like just hearing, or maybe you have a job where you can put in some headphones while you're doing your job. You can get your textbook read to you with that. So super cool. LaShonda, I think you were asking, the Quizlet is on this page around here on the Escoffier tutor page at the very bottom where it says Quizlet digital flashcards. That's how you get to them. Granted, I have the app downloaded, so it took me right over to the Quizlet app itself. Jumping to the home page, it's literally called Quizlet.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again, please?
For the Quizlets?
As far as how you get it to read out loud.
Oh, it's the one right on, yeah, it's the one right under the Quizlets. It's called Natural Readers. So you actually click on it and you would have to, you like download the extension essentially to whatever device you're on, whether you're on a laptop, desktop, your phone, but it downloads the extension to you and then it reads the text. So whatever, like if you're in your text, if you're in your like book, your textbook or something, or really anything, it'll read it to you out loud, which is really cool. Ah, see, I did it again. I'm telling you, you cannot touch that Zoom button without it just disappearing. I already met my 3 quota and we're not even halfway. That's terrible. So thank you for bearing with me, everyone. Sandra, did you have a question? Maybe. Well, if you do.
Okay, I'm having a problem when I go on my computer to go to the part where I have the 3 tests like the pre-test that you have to take. And it's not letting me take my last test. Like
Okay.
it's not letting me take that last test.
Gotcha. I will get there and I will explain what we can do and what you can do, or anyone else in your boat. Definitely.
Sorry, thank you.
No, you're good. Yeah, not a problem. Just want to make sure we're answering your questions. Christian, did you have a question too while we're stopped for a sec?
Yes, I do. About, do we need to download the Kahoot quiz game that we can play and like study it?
The Kahoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a game usually used in workshops. Not a bad idea to have it downloaded. Depending on the workshop you're in, depends on if it'll get used. I personally have not ventured into it, but I know Chef Kenna uses them a lot. They're really fun though. I definitely want to get into it because it's kind of like interactive. So, I mean, yes, I encourage you to. You'll use it if not in a workshop sometime. Maybe your chef instructors will start using it because it's kind of like, like a trivia almost. Like you can do like multiple choice and everyone has it on their phone in the same like game room and you like pick A, B, C, or D type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love to play color games.
Yeah.
It helps me to stay focused and learn how to some new things.
Same. Yeah. And I just like, I'm competitive in the sense. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to beat you guys, even if there's no prize. So, you know,
Yeah.
whatever works. Those are really fun though. And so, yeah, that's just Kahoot is the website. If I click on it, it will more than likely take me to the app. Oh, the app and then the website. Interesting. But yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
Let's see.
thank-
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Let's jump back to the dashboard. So that is the tutor page. So getting back to your class page, now I'm on the tutor page. There it is. So back to your class page, online writing center, live session backgrounds. That is this lovely background you see behind me. I encourage everyone to use them. They're really cool and you can pretty much do whatever you want. If you want to get really fun, I'm just going to tell you this because this cracks me up. You can Google like funny Zoom backgrounds and you can basically download anything and put it behind you on a Zoom call. So like for a while I had like Bernie Sanders chilling here with his mittens, like in the background. So do whatever you want. It's fun and somebody will laugh, or maybe you have some, I don't know, band you like or cat or dog, who knows. But backgrounds on Zoom are really fun and might as well make a virtual world more interesting. So that's my 2 cents. You don't have to, but that's why they're there. Shopping list, that tells you what you're buying the week. View grades for this course. Grades are super important. That is one section, place where you can click to view your grades. And then also, oh, is that me making that weird noise? Anyway, you can also view your grades just to show you twice. If you go all the way to the far right, those 3 lines where it says grades, that's also a way to find your grades. But anyway, kind of moving on, weekly rubrics, getting a computer, both important things. Any instructor announcements will be here. I'm sure by now your instructor has something put up there. Everyone has a different one. Your graphics might look different. Your announcements might be different. Everyone's learning the same material though, so don't worry about that. Walk-in is really cool. It's kind of more informal way to just say hi to classmates and stuff, and informal discussion, stuff like that. So if you have questions about like a recipe, or if you want to know like, hey, did anyone else struggle making this or doing this? Or I don't know, you can honestly, the more you use the walk-in like yourselves, the better it is. If no one in your class uses it, it's lame and it is nothing. That is the easiest way to explain it. But if you're posting in there and you're commenting and stuff, and you make it like kind of like a Facebook group, if you will, that's what it is. It's just a way to get to know everyone in your class And you can ask questions. I mean, you're all making the same stuff each week. So it'd be really cool, you know, to put like, oh, I struggled with this, or did anyone else, I don't know, burn their cookies? I'm not sure what you're doing right now, but yeah, I mean, just whatever you're experiencing, because if you were in like a brick and mortar in-person class, you would talk to people about that. You'd be like, oh, what'd you do over there? And you'd have that discussion. So I think that is the coolest thing to use it for. Anyway, I could blab about that forever. So each week is in different sections. So you have your learn section, your live sections, and then your graded assignments and discussions. The third one, the graded discussions and assignments, go figure, that's what's being graded. So make sure you do everything in that, definitely. The rest is super important too, but that is like where you turn in stuff. So, and actually, give me a second. I'm gonna go, sorry, I'm jumping ship on y'all. I'm gonna jump into one of your actual class pages because it does look a little bit different when we get to your week's assignment, if it lets me. I don't wanna go to Scott. I want to go to the class. It won't let me in your guys' class. That's so sad. Oh, it's because I'm logged in as chat. Oh, this is terrible. It's because I don't have access. I should have thought this through. Oh, well, I will just show you with what we got to work with. You will get the gist. So anyway, back to our week one. You have your learn section, your week one research materials. That is where your reading is. That is where your assignments are to watch. And actually, just for good measure, maybe not. Okay, well, technology is weird sometimes. I'm going to go to week 2 because that's where you guys are at now. So your week 2 lesson, you click on that, you'll see the lesson plan itself. I don't think it likes me hitting the back button. Let me do this. I'm actually going to stop it real fast. I can't. There it is. Okay. Bear with me. Does anyone have questions right now while I'm jumping over to my dashboard so you can see more or less how to submit it the way I want to show you? iPhone JDH Long. I don't know your name, but your hand is raised. LaShonda, you have a question?
How did you get to where you were?
What day?
Which part?
You
The
just
week?
had, no, you just had the deal with all the paper clips to the side, what looked like red paper clips. How did you get there?
I will show you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, so let me, sorry, I'm just getting it loaded on my phone. In one of your class pages, that is not. Okay, thank you for bearing with me. I was not going to be able to do that fast without stopping talking. It's a problem. Okay, so back to our phone, back to our Escoffier app. So when you go into the Escoffier app, and I just clicked on one of your classes to answer your question asking how I got to the class page. You see the little home button in the bottom left corner? That home button is your main dashboard page. So mine, I just jumped into my chef instructor one, so it looks a tiny different, but this is where you'll see whichever class you're in. So how it says in progress, you would click on the actual class page itself, and that brings you to your course. And you can click on this jump to week, or you can click this all section to jump to your weeks. Or alternatively, if you just scroll all the way down and you just keep scrolling, you'll start coming across week 1, week 2, week 3. So they're just on this main dashboard page in your home class page. I am going to jump over though, like I was kind of explaining, but not explaining, getting into one of your actual class pages. So this is Chef Scott's page. If you're not with Chef Scott, don't worry, it does not matter. They're all relatively the same. But scrolling, I'm on the home page. So this is your home page. Sorry, I scrolled really fast. This is your whole start here section, instructor feedback, class announcements, walk-in. See, he has a bunch posted here. I'm sure your chefs do too, more than our demo page. How to submit your assignment, how to resubmit, how to access your Google Drive, your learn section. That is all your research learning material. That's where you'll click to find those chapters you're reading, the textbook, the videos you're supposed to be watching, your live sessions. This is where you can click to actually join the live sessions. And this is also where you can find the archives. So let's say you're in his class and you didn't see, week 1, you can literally go in here and click it and watch that. I'm going back because, okay, live sessions, here we are, graded discussions and assignments. This is where I was saying, this is where everything you will have that needs to be done. So your knowledge check, and then your next one with this open check box, the carrots vice and carrot puree, that is your actual assignment. So your knowledge check is your test. That's like your quiz over the material you've learned. Your week 1 carrot vice and carrot puree, you would click on that to get to your assignment. Now this page looks blank, and this is probably where some of you have had some struggles because you're like, there's nothing there. You have to click the show more, and then it'll bring up this whole thing. This is your assignment. Literally, this tells you exactly what you're supposed to be doing, exactly what you need to do. You put all this in your week 1 Google Drive folder. Each item listed here is a picture that you need. So looking at it, when you're submitting your assignment, this is your checklist to make sure you have each one of these. Your carrot puree, same thing. Anything you're making, this is going to be your list. You can use some of the same photos. So like your self-identification photo can be the same for each one, especially if you're doing it the same day. You don't have to do it twice. Just so you know that. Same with like sanitizing bucket. Where your narrative reflection sheet is, that link you see in blue, that is where you will click to pull up your narrative or your production sheet. One thing to note, and this is a great example because I cannot figure out how to change this. This is not my Escoffier Google Drive. So always make sure you are in the right Google Drive account before you make your copy, or else it'll put it in the wrong one. So you'd click make a copy. This is, okay, so this is the most annoying thing I will tell you about doing this on your phone. On your phone, Google Drive, you'll have to have Google Drive, you'll have to have like Google Sheets, Google Docs, what else is there? Google Slides. I mean, Google has a different thing for everything, but it's all interworking together, all the same thing. On your laptop, desktop, it's all on the same thing. But on your phone, they have a different app for each one. So you have to download each app. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it like jumps back and forth. So how we just made this copy of our narrative, it's literally in Google Docs. So like you'd have to have Google Docs to edit this on your phone. This automatically, and I will jump into your drive, automatically gets downloaded into your drive. So copy of our narrative reflection, literally what I just did. That's, again, see, it brings you right back to Google Docs. As soon as you click it, you're now back out of Google Drive. I'm not going to kind of go over the Google Drive stuff. That is Chef Andy's workshop she did earlier today. So if you are struggling with your Google Drive, organizing it, folders, shareable, those type of things, those workshops are great. All of our workshops are always on our tutor page on the archives, so you can go back and access those. I believe last week she did it from your desktop, laptop, and this week from your phone. So if you're looking for the phone version, that was today as well. But anyway, I don't want to spend a bunch of time on there because that is definitely, see, I can't even get back to the dashboard. That is her wheelhouse. So your narrative along with all your pictures goes in your Google Drive folder. Your Google Drive folder is what you are submitting to your chef. That is all you are submitting. You are not sending them each picture. You're not sending them different links. One link with everything in it. Just to note that. So as you're scrolling down, and this is where it looks different. This drives me nuts. Since I'm not in this class, I can't submit an assignment. So right here at the very bottom is where you would click on add submission. And I actually might jump back to Chef Rachel's student page to show you that when I'm done with this part. Because essentially you would click add submission and then you would paste your Google Drive link and hit save changes. Now, Sandra, I think you were asking this with the test and with your assignment. If it is past due, so like with your week 1, that was last week, and a lot of the chefs here, they trust me, they're all awesome and they will work with you. And they will, if you ask them, reopen these. So right now, if you can't get into this, well, you should be able to get into the test unless you did it 3 times. Then you probably can't anymore. But this is your knowledge check for your actual assignment where you're submitting that assignment where we were just at. That is closed each week. So if you're resubmitting week 1 and week 2, you would have to message your chef and ask them to reopen it for you, or else it won't let you. Also, if you are resubmitting an assignment now or in the future, typically speaking, do not erase your Google Drive link you sent them the first one. Just leave it in there, hit enter a few times, submit the next one. If you resubmit, if you like erase the first link and just submit the new link, not always will they realize it's a whole new link because they pretty much look the same. But if they see, oh, there's a whole nother link in here, usually your chef will be like, that's a new submission. So just note that that really helps them out, keep everything in line. That's where you go to submit it. Clicking on your weekly rubric, that will bring you to your rubric, which is literally what you're supposed to be doing and how you get points for it. This is exactly how you get points for everything. So read that carefully if you have not already. These are your recipes. Again, this is week 1. Should probably jump down to week 2 just for good measure. So week 2, this is where you're at now. Week 2 knowledge check, POM puree, rubric, submitting your assignment. Once you do submit your assignment, and I'm going to stop it here so I always do that. I want to go to my desktop to stop my phone. Anyway, I am going to jump back over to Chef Rachel's class page real fast just to show you exactly how to submit it. But do we have some questions right now real quick? LaShonda?
Yes, I wanted to know, hold on, let me turn my phone down. I wanted to know, okay, my assignment, I submitted my assignment, right? It's hard for me to, these are my nails, but I'm trying to get it, it's hard, it hurt, and I'm trying to, so, but I need my grade to go back up. So do I have to submit my whole assignment over, or, cause I need my grade. If my grade is good, but I needed to go a little bit better, I don't like what I seen.
That is a question for your chef.
My teacher, so I'm talking to you.
I'm not your chef. I'm not your teacher.
You was myself.
I am not. I'm one of the tutors here. I'm not your chef instructor. Everyone here has probably, well, some of you might be in the same class, but not all of you. There's probably a few,
So
yeah.
that's what I want to know. Do I have to submit? I know it's the branch. It was 2 of my cutting that she wanted me to submit, and she said something. She took off points for my hand.
I would ask her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a question for her because depending on what you did, I don't know what you did. Only she knows what you did. She might have you do something else or resubmit something else.
Jessica, Chef Jess.
Yeah.
To interject, most of the time, if you submit your assignment before the date that it's due, if they grade it and they want you to correct something, you can resubmit it as long as it's submitted before the day that it's supposed to be done. So like if you submit it on Sunday and she sends it back to you and says, oh, I took points off for this, And as long as you have it resubmitted before 11:59 on Tuesday, when the assignment is due, they will change the grade.
Okay,
If it's after that, you do need to ask them before you submit, though.
okay.
Great. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
very helpful.
Hey,
Yeah,
Chef, I have a quick question. So
yeah.
I just want to get an understanding. So our assignments are due 11:59 on Tuesday itself or Monday at 11:59?
Tuesday at 11:59 Central Time. So depending on which time zone you're in, that time can change, but it is Tuesday night.
So it's actually, well, in my time zone, it would be 1 o'clock.
Exactly. Or if you're Pacific time zone, it's basically 10 p.m. So depending on where you're at.
I'm trying to go there.
Okay, right, because that's what I was trying to understand because like my assignment, it was marked as being late, but I turned it in Tuesday evening at 11, like 11 something, or no, before 11 something, and it was marked late. So that's why I'm trying to get an understanding on like when is it due?
That I would reach out to your specific chef and just ask them. They will be able to help you further with that. They're the ones grading you and marking you down for it. So I would ask them for sure.
Okay, thank you, Chef.
Yeah, for sure. Tracy, did you have a quick question?
Without the mess ups. I think you can too. I'm betting it all on Faith nailing this performance.
Tracy, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Yes. I need someone to get in contact with me ASAP. Real bad, real bad. I'm not a computer person, so I'm having a real extremely rough time. I'm doing the assignment. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm doing the assignment. I took the pictures. I made the folders. I'm having an extremely rough time submitting that folder. I went to Google Drive and tried to do a narrator sheet, and it just Google Drive just gave me a complete runaround. And unless somebody call me like ASAP and walk me through this like a one-on-one, I'm not gonna make it. I'm just
Tracy,
putting it to
Tracy,
you.
we'll get someone in contact with you. They'll reach out probably tomorrow. We'll get you set up with someone.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry. Thank you for letting us know though.
I'm doing my week 2 assignment and I wanted to submit it tonight, but my thing is I'm frustrated already.
No worries.
I'm
We will get
frustrated.
you. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. So Sandra, did you have a quick question?
Yes. If I wanted to download all that you were talking about that we can download, how much is that going to take up on like my computer, let's say?
How to download it on your computer?
No, I'm saying if I download everything that you were just talking about downloading, is that going to take a lot of my space on the computer up?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
It's really hard for me to say that because I don't know your computer, how much space you have. But
Well, I
mine
have
has,
the one I'm sorry. I have the one the school gives us.
you should be
It's a,
good then. Yeah, you should
okay.
be perfectly fine. I'm like, I've had no issues with numerous things I've downloaded for Escoffier. So
Okay,
you
thank
should be
you.
all
Because
set.
I want to get all the opportunities that I can get far as with this. And like the gentleman said, I'm stressing too. He's not the only one. I've cried and I did it all. So he's not alone. Tell him he's not by himself.
Yes, yes, definitely. All right, so I do want to show you guys just real quick because I know I've shown you, but then I didn't show you, but then I showed you. So I'm just going to jump back in here one last time because I do want to just show you exactly in your class page. So this is our main class page again. Scrolling down. We'll go to week 2 because we're in week 2. So you'd go to your week 2 assignment, week 2 knife skills and palm puree. You would click on that. This is where your add submission button is. This wasn't here when I was showing you from mine because, again, I'm not enrolled in the class, so it won't allow me to submit anything. But this is where you would hit add submission. It brings you to this big empty open text. You can click on it. You can type things. You should never type anything in here ever. Literally ever. You are never typing something in this box, at least for your first class, like ever. Never. You're not sending a picture, nothing. You are going to literally copy and paste your Google Drive link. Again, I am not going to show you everything about Google Drive, but I do just want to show you super fast. Let's say you have some things figured out. Submitting this Google Drive. Oh, yeah, I can't touch that button. You'd think by now I would learn that, but it's gone. I encourage you guys to jump on a Zoom call with yourself on a laptop and a phone. It is harder than you think. So jumping into your class page or not, okay. Essentially, you would go into your Google Drive, which it's not letting me share with you my Google Drive. I have no idea why. It's very bizarre. Only when I go to that one. Let's see if it does it again. I just have to check now. Okay, so we're actually in our Google Drive. So you would click your week 1 folder, the 3 dots, copy link. That's how you copy your link. I'm not going to show you everything. That is an entire another hour that Chef Andy did earlier today. I will show you where you can go view that though, because if you need that help, that is great help. Again, if you want to book a one-on-one session with us as well, we are here for that too. But again, so we're back to this class page. This is where you would hold down your phone or, yeah, because we're on a phone, and hit paste. Whenever you're pasting this Google Drive link, something to point out here, you always, always, always want it to say drive.google.com/drive/folders or folder view. If it doesn't say folders or folder view in this link, you are probably only sending them one picture or one narrative and not the entire folder. So that is something just to always kind of be aware of when you are sending the link. And then you just click save in the top right corner. See, I just got an update that I just submitted assignment number 2. And it says submitted for grading, not graded. Once it is graded, you will also see the feedback here. So sometimes your chefs will record a video, sometimes they'll just write feedback, and sometimes it's not graded yet. You'll be able to see all that in here. Again, this is where you would hit edit submission. If you, like Chef Stephanie was pointing out, if you're doing it ahead of time and you're resubmitting it before the week's up or redoing anything, you can go in here and just edit your submission. I just pasted the same drive. Yes, I'm sure I want to do it twice. Just updated me, I submitted my assignment again. So each time you do that, it's a new submission. After the week is done at 11:59 p.m. Central Time, this will close and you won't be able to submit it anymore. And that is when you'll have to reach out to your chef, ask if you can submit it late. Like I said, most of the chefs here are very willing to work with you, and they all want you to succeed just as much as you do. Something to note though with that statement, if you are submitting late, the next week has already started and now you're behind. So you're kind of playing catch up. I know some of you are probably there right now and you're probably trying to do 2 weeks by tomorrow. We'll get you there. Just going into week 3, the more that you can get ahead of the game so that it gives you time to maybe redo something if needed, or just to get ahead for the next week, the better. I cannot stress that enough. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, as a fellow procrastinator in this group, I understand. But with online schooling, you really need to just stay ahead of the curve, work ahead. I encourage everyone to try to have your assignments done by Sunday night. That is always a good deadline to set for yourself. It gives you all Monday and Tuesday. 1, if you screwed it up, to redo it. 2, it gives you maybe 2 days off because, you know, we all need a day off. Or you can start getting ahead for the next week. You can start researching, reading the material, watching the videos, and then you would go into your next class, your next Zoom call with your chef on Wednesday or Thursday, already prepared, knowing what they're going to be talking about that week, knowing what you're going to be making. So that I would encourage you to do for sure. But I just kind of wanted to point that out. I think that's really all I had dashboard wise. Tracy, did you have another quick question? Other than that, we'll message you and get with you after. Nothing. Maybe. If you're talking, you're on mute.
Yes. My mind, I was listening to you. My mind went completely blank on the question that I was asked. Wanted to ask.
It's okay.
So I'll get back to you on it.
No worries. Yeah, not a problem, Tracy. We'll get someone to connect with you. Don't worry there. Again, if you're like in Tracy's boat or any other boat that you're in, that might be a different boat. Please reach out to myself, reach out to Chef Stephanie. We are here to help you guys out, you know, whether it's with us or booking a session with another tutor. We all want you to be good. So regardless of what that means to you, if you need help with anything, school-wise, math-wise, writing-wise, get with us. We want to make sure you're doing good. If you have chef, as I call chef-specific questions, like substitutions, can I use this instead of this? Hey, chef, I couldn't find this at the store. Can I resubmit this assignment? Those questions all need to be directed to your specific chef instructor. And that is on your class, on your page, who your chef is.
Okay, now I remember the question.
All right, cool. What was it?
Okay, far as because I'm trying to do everything from my Android phone, and I'm wondering, I'm highly thinking that maybe that's the problem. So at the end of the week, I was talking about getting a computer or a laptop or something. Do it make a difference what type of laptop that I use going into the store? Because I don't want to go into the store and get just any laptop. I want to make sure that I get something that I can use with my school, with my work, and everything. So is it any specific laptop that you could recommend for as far as getting for the class, or just any laptop?
Any laptop is better than no laptop.
Okay.
Or a working laptop.
Right, because I didn't want to go to Best Buy and spend like $700 on a laptop when I could go to Walmart and spend like $300.
Yeah, I actually got mine from Walmart. I'll throw that out there. I got an HP recently from Walmart, and it was about $400, and I love it. The thing works great, and my Zoom calls are great. My old laptop, I would be like,
no, I have one, but it's an old laptop from like 2016. So should I have that one upgraded, or should I just go ahead and buy a new?
Totally up to you. I have found my old one did not work with Zoom very well, just because it's old technology. The technology changes really fast. I'm not telling you you have to buy a new laptop, but I do not regret buying mine.
Okay. No, I wanted to ask because I wanted to make sure, because I got more classes coming up that I'm gonna have to use the laptop for. So I just want to make sure that I got the right equipment to handle myself in doing online classes. Because like I said, I'm extremely new to online.
We'll get you there. Yeah, I'll get someone to help you out, Tracy. Don't worry about it. Melva, did you have a question?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, what's up?
Yes, what I wanted to know is, will you do another workshop such as this one?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I don't think I said that. So yes, today's news, well, this is the new student success workshop. It's every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So we'll have one next week and the one the following week. Next week, we'll be covering, I'll kind of be going over how to resubmit your assignment, how to submit those discussion forums, because those are kind of coming up on some of your weeks. And then kind of just going over study tips, how to be successful here at Escoffier and with online schooling.
Yeah, I'm debating on this discussion.
Yeah, and we do record them all. That's just this one. We have workshops, numerous workshops covering everything from just study tips to Chef Andy has her assignment submissions. They're really Google Drive workshops, but we have to call them assignment submissions because we aren't supposed to promote Google or something like that. But it's all Google Drive, so I don't see how we can get away from calling it that.
And I am a teacher.
Yes, you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying then.
Yes.
So there's a lot of them. There's math, there's writing. We record them all too. So they're all recorded and we do them every term. So like right now, this one is 4 weeks long, just starting. This is week 2. The costing ones are 5 weeks long, but every week, every term, they start over again. So they're always going. We always have new ones developing, and they're always recorded. So you can watch them in your own time. They're really great tools.
Oh, I'm nervous because we have a deadline for the discussion. They have to be answered by Wednesday.
You'll be good. You'll be. It's easier than you think it is.
Okay, I'm just gonna simply follow the direction.
Yeah.
Directions.
Definitely.
To complete.
Erica, do you have a quick question?